Hello, you are all very welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, the Pony Play podcast. My name is Kylian Denchornock, and I am your host and guide as we explain this vast world of play, kink, and community. Last week, I had the opportunity to interview Rye Pony and talk about his approach to pony play, and a lot of people commented on the two types of play he participates in.
It depends on what I want to do, I guess, during that time. So, like, for the pony stuff, I kind of have two modes. I have the I'm being forced to be a horse. Oh, that rhymed. That was awesome. And the other way is, like, no brains, only pony, where I'm more, like, pretending to be the horse. And those are kind of, like, the two bigger buckets of scenes that I go into for pony play. The forced to be a horse is usually a little bit more aggressive. It might have, like, impact play or striking. It's usually when whoever's topping my dom or handler, or if she loans me out to someone else will, force me, take the humanity away from me and force me to be the horse and do like workhorse stuff. And the other part where I'm more like pretending to be a horse, that's a bit less sexual, and it's more like no brains, only pony. I'm there for the pets. I'm there for the nice training. I want rewards of apples, that sort of thing.
The two types described by Rye are the role-playing pony and the forced to be a pony. Sea Pony has a brilliant article about these types of play, but more importantly, a very well-designed infographic that explains how these two types of play, while having different sources, will arrive at the same point. In this graphic, we start with a human, and it can go in one of two directions. Either they are forced into the pony role, but keep their human persona that struggles against the objectification, or the human loses their human persona as they fall into equine roleplay. Both processes will come back together with the pony role, which can then be broken down into a number of different types of specifications, such as cart pony, riding pony, show pony, and so on and so forth. Sea Pony explains these groups on his website by saying, the difference between the two lies in the mindset of the pony. In the aforementioned erotic forced pony play, the pony is a human, knows it's a human, but is treated and is compelled to act like a horse. In the animal roleplay variety, the pony willingly acts and is treated like a horse. Often in this type of play, the pony tries to get into the headspace of a horse and or views itself as a horse. It all comes down to the type of play and the motivations of the pony and the handler, and what's been negotiated beforehand. I myself have participated in both, but I'm more aligned with the role-playing pony. I like being a horse. I like the ability to allow myself to relax and take a break from my incredibly exhausting life as a human. Pony headspace for me is simplifying my thoughts and concerning myself only with what is right in front of me at any given moment. For some, this division comes down to erotic pony play and non-erotic pony play. What is the end goal of the scene? Is the pony being used as a sex slave being forced to work? Is the role-playing pony going into a breeding scene? There is a lot of crossover between these two ideas, and you'll be hard-pressed to find a pony that doesn't go between the two. Nighty, who we will hear in a recorded interview in just a second, is heard describing his version of play as being the horse girl's horse, but he is often seen posting the more erotic sides of pony play as well. For myself, I swing between erotic and non-erotic pony play based on who I'm playing with and what the situation calls for and my environment. Pony play can be done in the bedroom and be seen as a highly sexual form of play, but it can also be done in public and seen as two adults just playing make-believe. Context is everything. Pony Abraxas of Germany hosted a conversation with Nighty and Norica on his YouTube channel that touched on this topic about 10 years ago. Before I play this clip, I would like to thank Abraxas for reaching out and telling me about these conversations he had hosted and allowing me to use them in this podcast. This is just another reason why I love this community. In this clip, you'll hear Abraxas ask the question, followed by Nighty answering.
For you, is becoming a pony an act that is put on for fun, or an expression of what you truly want to be? Fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's a role to take for, let's say, certain moments of time in life, but it's also nice to become human again. It's some sort of vacation from myself.
Yes, I like to try out different personalities. I like to play with the mask. I like to experience how people, how watchers give the mask a personality of its own. It's somehow like you're having a little puppet theater going on. Most people want to give these puppets a personality of their own. They want to forget that there is a puppet player. And you can see this with children as you can see it with adults. So what I personally really like about it is being treated as Abraxas, and soon I find it easier and easier to slip into the role of Abraxas and being Abraxas myself. So yeah, it's of course fun, of course, but I don't really have the desire to be a horse for my lifetime. That having said, Abraxas is not really a horse. He is a mixed being between horse and man.
Yeah. Well, actually, for me, I'm having two roles to play. One role is trying to get as close as it gets to the mindset of a real horse. This is something I very much enjoy doing it together with my love, Flügelkatze. She's my trainer for that. And well, actually, that is like this standard relationship you see when you go to the stables and you see all the girls with their horses, taking care of them, doing some exercising with them. So this is one part of the character role. And there is a second character, which is also more anthropomorphic. And so this one is Nighty with, let's say, the well, yeah, normal human mindset, but looking like an anthropomorphic horse.
These ponies can be considered some of the pioneers of masked pony play. As Abrascus said, before us, pony play was mainly seen as degrading play of naked humans with a bridle and a bit in their mouth. In a way, we replaced the quote, old guard. These two types of play are not at war with each other. They actually coincide quite nicely, but one is definitely far older than the other. As I mentioned in my first episode, most historically recorded instances of pony play were those of the forced pony, where the pony keeps their humanity but is being forced into the role of a horse at the hands of their dom. These ponies are usually referred to as pony boys or pony girls. You'll often see them in an open-faced bridle and bit, so not a full mask. Forced pony play requires two players, a dom and a sub. You can't do it without that external influence that is forcing you into degradation and humiliation. In a later episode, I sit down with Tindala, a former North American pony title holder, and while we discussed a whole manner of different topics, we took a moment to discuss the differences between role-playing ponies and the forced pony.
By taking the human face out of pony play, it's a different objectification that's happening. Instead of focusing on the human face, you're focusing more on the form of the body. If something has a human face, we identify it as human or humanoid. If it has a human body but the animal face, it now becomes anthropomorphic. See furry. See what the masked ponies are doing.
And not just the degradation, but also the humiliation play of it
Yes.
comes out as well.
Like, is there shame in being made to do this?
Right. So now all of a sudden you've gone from a shameful pony to a proud pony for what they're doing.
And now, and in my case, I've taken that mask off, and I'm still that proud pony because I'm now doing something in the case of cart play and parades with my body that impresses people because they're like, holy crap, she's pulling that cart from her hips because of how I'm attached. And depending on who's in my cart, the load is,
Heavy.
Heavy. Extensive.
Until about 20 years ago, the forced pony is what we thought of when we thought of pony play. But what changed this? Well, on October 3rd, 2005, a very specific episode of CSI aired in the United States, forcing a slowly growing community to the forefront of pop culture. And while it wasn't intentional, nor was it flattering, the furry community had a new spotlight on it. This episode marked the point where furries had become common knowledge among society, but it also marked a shift in kink communities as well. Broader definitions of animal role play were being accepted, and pup play and pony play soon began to have other definitions and ways to play. Nowadays, the predominant version of pony play seems to have changed. As we find ourselves now in a gear-centric, social media-obsessed fetish ecosystem, we're finding that the most seen version of pony play is now the animal role-playing version that usually involves incredibly expensive tack, hoods, hooves, and suits, and the forced pony is relegated to porn and bedroom scenes. Some folks would even go as far as to say that those who prefer the forced pony type of play as not real pony players. And I'm here to say that that sort of talk has no place in this community. How do we move forward when we don't know where we've come from? Erasing and shutting away our history and our pedigree is only going to make the community more shallow and aesthetically based, and that will break us apart. A community as small as ours has no room for division like this. Take what Pony Tromper says in his upcoming episode next week.
The community is important. It's all we have. And it deserves people to take it seriously. And I am grateful for that, that there are so many of us who take it seriously.
I'm going to take a minute here to sidetrack, because it's my podcast and not yours, to reinforce the fact that I use the term community when describing those who participate in pony play, because that is exactly what we are. There is so much care and support between pony players that there is simply no other word to describe the global herd we have worked hard to create. And if I ever hear the word fandom to describe pony players, oh my God, I hate that word so much. If I ever hear the word fandom to describe this community, you're getting a hoof to the face from me. Pony play comes down to how you want to play. In the words of Rye,
of what pony play was about, and it was kind of cool to see that it wasn't really about anything in particular. It's like, you just want to be a horse, go be a horse.
There is no wrong way to play. Forced into the role, willingly accepting the role, finding your inner horse spirit. Pony play is for everyone, as long as it is consensual play. Even the consensual, non-consensual players. You know who you are. You've reached out to me. Yes, it is kind of hot. Anyways, I hope this episode made you think a bit. You probably all think I'm a bit mad, but hey, I'm just a horse on the internet. Next week, I sit down with the horse dad himself, Pony Tromper, and we talk about all manner of things, including how to find yourself in pony play, his leather working, and the joys of living life while engaging in pony play.
But it was my first exposure to this idea of pretending to be a horse as something more than just literal child's play.
So, tune in next week for Straight from the Horse's Mouth. I'm Kylian Denchornock, and as always, thanks for listening.